titties.
So if I had asked you when you were 18, like, could you ever consider getting into porn? What would you have said?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
so you knew. Okay.
You were the bad kid.
Yeah, definitely at 18. And like I started doing my first scene I was 21. So 20 or 21. And my first experience in porn was a public disgrace, which do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Describe yours. I've seen a little bit of it, but I'm not sure how similar they
It
all
was
are.
in a bar, and yeah, I got fucked in public.
And was it? This isn't real, right? They set up a whole scene.
Well, so it's like real as in they hire the male performer and like two people to like grope you and they're tested and whatever. But the whole rest of the bar and like people can still like reach and like grab a titty. That's like real.
And so, do the people who are going to this bar know that this is going to be happening?
They know like an hour beforehand.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they'll let them know and they're like, if you don't want to be here, like please leave.
How many people were in this bar?
I don't know.
You weren't scared for your first scene?
Like, yeah, definitely.
If somebody told me, like, hey, there's a chick coming in an hour and she's going to get fucked by a couple dudes in front of you and you can maybe grab a titty, like, if you told me this at most of my life, I would have been like, hell yeah, I'm going to sit my ass here and get drunk. It's going to be great. Yeah.
I would too.
I've never seen anything
also
like
stay.
I would have been one of the best things that ever happened to me. I would have been so excited.
It's just so crazy that was her first
Yeah.
scene. Like,
Yeah.
you
So
don't even get to ease into it.
How'd you get
Not
into this
eased.
position in the first place?
I got hit up. So it's kind of weird. So originally it was not my public disgrace. It's actually a fun story, and it was originally not mine, and they hired me to be an extra, and the director and the like girl who had been the like main actress who will remain nameless, had like beef. So she's like, "How do I publicly disgrace an attention whore?"
Mm-hmm.
Give her no attention. So then the whole scene was me getting fucked and her during her public disgrace and her like having to sit and being forced to watch. And she hates me to this day, even though it's not my fault.
Who came up with that idea?
Yeah.
Princess Donna.
I don't know who that is.
There was a director for Kink who
okay.
did public disgrace
Okay.
for years. I mean, I think she's back now too. But yeah,
Wow.
so that was, yeah, it was wild. So I didn't even know like that's what I was going to end up doing,
Okay.
you know?
But you already knew you wanted to do porn at that time?
Yeah.
Right.
And so then through that, the male talent was dating Joanna Angel. So I met Joanna and then I started doing Burning Angel stuff. And then it kind of
You got in with the right people. You found
Yeah.
your crowd kind of thing. And
Yeah.
like Kink is one of the only companies up there, right?
Yeah,
So if you're going
totally.
to start up there, you're going to be
doing that.
with Kink. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And so have you been shooting for all those years straight, or have you taken time off at
Some
periods?
time off, but I've been in the sex industry this entire time. So for in a couple months, it'll be 13 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So what other kind of stuff would you do outside of porn when you would take these breaks?
I pro-domed. I was an escort for a while.
But it's all sex work.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all sex
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Yeah, I was always doing sex work. Just like, and porn now is it was a lot harder for someone like me to shoot porn
Why?
in
'Cause of the
2010.
tattoos,
The
or-
tattoos, I think ethnicity stuff for sure. There wasn't
Really?
it was not very diverse.
I think you could. I feel like you could play a Muslim woman, a white woman, a Latin woman, like
I'm ambiguous.
yeah. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you could kind of pull a bunch of
don't-
those
well,
off.
I definitely have rhinoplasty.
I don't feel like she looks
So-
that ambiguous. To me,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're
Well,
like
that's 'cause you're
Iranian.
one of us,
Yeah,
you know.
like
She's
she's
But
an
my
Iranian.
dumb porn brain is like whatever. Yeah, okay.
The white guy doesn't know.
Yeah.
He
But the
doesn't know.
tattoos make me feel like you're a white girl. I'm sorry.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. And so, like, I mean, this was also pre-nose job, right?
Oh, okay.
So I was definitely like more clockable.
I kind of like a big nose. I'm not gonna lie.
I still even when I got my nose done, I kept a prominent nose still because I didn't want to like teeny bitty.
Little tiny.
Yeah. I still kind of wanted to be me. Just
Right.
yeah.
Getting into porn though, a lot of girls have this idea that they're gonna kind of come in the game and do a bunch of like really sort of clean like boy girl stuff, and that they're not gonna do all this crazy ass shit. Like you coming in the game with the public humiliation shit, did that sort of set the stage that you were like, oh, this is what porn is I'm not gonna do some like boring ass shit. I'm gonna do this crazy shit.
Well, also tattooed girls, like this is again, shit has changed. Tattooed girls, like you were expected to do crazy shit right
Yeah.
away. Like you tattooed, you do anal. Like you're tattooed, you do all the extreme stuff. Like it's, in the last like 5 years, like porn has changed drastically, and I think for the better. Like I think it's way more diverse. Um, there's more autonomy. I think OnlyFans, which studios might not love, OnlyFans has given a lot of people uh the security to like pick and choose and not completely rely on studios in a way that's really helped people
Yeah,
out.
because
And
when porn stars say like, "Oh, and you do porn and you have to shoot with all these people you don't want to shoot with, and you have to do all this shit," and like the new generation of OnlyFans creators is like, "What? Like,
yeah,
what are you,
they're
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like, we don't have to do
They're
that."
like, I
like,
take pictures of my nipples and that's it.
Yeah.
I know,
Like,
I'm like back in